Our good friend Doug Soclof, is in our studio. I mentioned earlier that yesterday was Tu B'Shvat, which means we're less than 2 months away from the holiday of Pesach. How many heart attacks I just caused by saying 2 weeks to Pesach? Everyone used to get angry at me when I would get on the air. I mean, for years, for decades, people would, because like I'd say 6 weeks till Pesach. I'm like, what? How do you even mention the P word before 3 weeks before? Like, how do you even mention it? Anyway, if you're paying attention to the Jewish calendar, yesterday was Tu B'Shvat. We're less than 2 months away from Pesach, and which starts on April the 1st, that night, Wednesday night. And Doug and his staff have creative ways to help you enjoy Pesach either around where you live or many thousands of miles from where you live. And I say, Doug Soclof, welcome back to JM in the AM.
Thank you. Always great to be here.
I cited this morning, the last time you were here, Shlomo Levinger was here.
I know. I was expecting to walk in and see him, but and Mayor. I thought
Mayor Fertig
I thought it'd be like a quick little reunion.
That was an incredible morning.
That thing he did,
was
and I know it was on video, and I
Yeah.
keep watching it. I was like, oh, that was crazy. He's great. That was a fun morning. Always a great time here, by the way.
Well, thank you very much.
People, it's so cool coming here.
By the way, on Friday, was it? I think it was Friday. Was it Friday or Monday? I don't remember when it was. My daughter says to me, can you believe how much more kosher food they've added to the American Dream Mall? I said, what? What are you talking about? How much more could they have added? They had everything there.
Yeah.
She said, I'm telling you, I was there yesterday. I don't remember if she was referring to Thursday or I don't remember what day. She says, I said, it was busy on a Thursday? So she says, yeah, it's now yeshiva break, but not for the yeshiva league.
It's yeshiva month.
Right.
It's yeshiva month.
So there are a lot of yeshivas and schools that have off, just we're not used to it because the yeshiva league has like a set, 10 days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so apparently a lot of people are there. So you and I have discussed on and off the air this American Dream Mall. Is it going to be unlimited? I mean, do you need more than 5, 6, 7 food options if you're a kosher consumer at a mall like that?
So, look, these are very smart people, the people that own the mall, surrounded by even smarter people. So everything is so calculated with them.
What do you think the number is now? How many eateries are there? Do you have any clue? Is it 10, 11, 12?
Besides some real eateries, you do have the Dunkin' Donuts and Red Mango and a cookie place and Haagen-Dazs and a lot of snacky type of.
But now my daughter says they added a fish place.
Right, Fish Girl from L.A.
And what's the other one they added?
The pretzel place.
Right.
And that's a big hit.
Unbelievable.
And I think the Grand Slam is going to be opening soon.
What's that?
Miznon, which is a fast food part of the Malka family.
Right.
And I think that's just going to be bonkers when that opens up.
You said to me about 18 months ago, you said if you want a really good quality, not caring about how much you eat, Saturday night to go and just chill and enjoy and try out 4 or 5 places, that's the place to go to.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Nice.
Amazing.
Go there. Yeah, it's all. And so close to us.
Yeah.
Think of people who come from all over.
Correct.
You
think during Pesach they'll have kosher Pesach offerings? What did they have last year on Pesach?
I think
they had one or two.
I think Bravo was open last year.
Yeah, something they had. I remember.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of Pesach.
Speaking
of Pesach.
Yeah.
Doug Soclof and his staff under the name. What's the banner name of your whole thing?
Doug Soclof Experience.
Doug Soclof Experience want to provide an experience for your family, and that might include staying local, right? Because if someone called you and said, I need help setting up a major Pesach, but we're going to be around, that's in your wheelhouse, right?
Absolutely. So as I always like to say is if you're looking to get away or even stay at your own house, there's many times where a family is coming and everybody's staying home and they need another house. So we will actually find them another house near their house and set up the whole entire thing. I think
so. Mine is not the only neighborhood that has housing challenges. There are other neighborhoods with housing challenges.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think what we do is a real niche business.
Right.
And obviously we operate all year, not just Yontif time. And, you look back, I just had a family that was away last week for Yeshiva Week, and they were actually in Dominican Republic, which is one of the islands that we actually do, and they were a very large group of 20, 25 people, and they had, incredible time, but a lot of challenges getting back, which, with the snowstorm and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So when I finally connected, had a quick recap with the family. The family captain, the superhero who put the whole thing together, says to me, I want to tell you something. Without you, we would have never been able to do this trip. Impossible to have done this trip. It would never have worked the way. And I think one of the things, besides all the little things and taking the vision of whatever family they want, I always say, we work with all budgets. You want to keep it simple. You want to keep it middle of the road. You want a high end. You want a combination of all three. You want us to come up with any other combination. We'll make it happen. We really look to create a very curated, at times could be not fancy at all, experience to make it easier for the family to get away and not have to deal with anything except just to show up. Yes, we need to talk a few times.
Right. So what's my takeaway from this? You have a staff in the Dominican Republic, and I'm not kidding. You need people there to shop and do other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, people always say to me, "Oh, how many people do you have working for you?" Where it depends really what's going on. And we did send the staff to Dominican Republic.
Right. Did they have a Walmart there?
There's no Walmart, but
did they have
there were a couple of specific.
Did they have a Glot Express there?
Well, actually, a lot of stuff came from Glot Express, actually. So that's funny that you said that. But that's why I also only work with. I only do a couple of islands outside of the United States, right. Israel, and a couple of islands where I know, we're able to get certain things in and we're able to do what we need to do to deliver the level of experience that someone is looking to get away with their family and not have to really do anything except sit back, relax, and enjoy the love of being around their family.
And
kids.
It's not just Pesach time, as you said. There are people who put together big, major milestone anniversary, Shabbatot. Obviously, the yeshiva break and other vacation times, and there may be
Bubby's 80s
right.
Anniversary,
80th
milestone birthday parties, spouse's 50th, 60th birthday, Shabbos Sheva brachas.
And then, of course, when it comes to Pesach, even though, again, you could do local and you could certainly recommend programs, the niche that you're really attacking, if I have this right, is when people are renting homes and they want to set up a Pesach or have someone else set up a Pesach where they could walk in and everything's ready.
Exactly.
And that could be Florida or anywhere, right?
That could be anywhere.
But a lot of Florida, right?
It is. I always say it's always a lot of Florida because you look at a community like Orlando and the infrastructure that's been put in place there by the Yeshiva OTA. Big shout out to them. To the rabbis there. They're really incredible what they've done for the kosher Jewish traveler. And it works, again, for all budgets. You have all types of houses, all types of house sizes.
Multiple houses that people need.
Multiple houses, and you get a house. I once did something there. The house was the size of a small hotel,
right.
And you could go there with a family of 30, 35 people. You could go there with a family of 10 people. And I would say today, most of my clients don't even go to the parks or anything like that. There's enough to do in and around in Orlando, in Miami, South Florida.
What's the Erev Pesach convoy like from the New York, New Jersey area down 95 to Florida? It must be very active.
Busy, and there's a lot of WhatsApp groups. I mean, really, like,
if someone needs help along the way, they'll find help.
Oh, they'll find davening, they'll find help, they'll find food pop-ups along the way. Again, the infrastructure from here down to South Florida, especially Pesach time, is enormous. The amount of trucks that go back and forth, whether it's people shipping their personal belongings, whether it's vendors shipping stuff down, whether it's grocery stores. It's really. I know people will argue this with me, but I think it's close to $1 billion business in Orlando.
Unbelievable. And
saying all,
the whole
in,
thing,
the whole thing. Yeah.
And the trucks have their own WhatsApp group or not?
What Trucker Yitz?
Does Trucker Yitz actually?
I don't know. Maybe he's the king dispatcher.
He might be the head of a WhatsApp group going to Florida. Who knows?
Yeah, but it's and also you thank God there's, a lot of families who don't have issues, but then you have families that have issues, not only, dietary, but a lot of people with allergies, whether it's kids or a grandparent, that we basically need, some tons of people are allergic to dust, other environmental issues that we need to really address and take care of that. So people always like to say to me, "Oh, what's the grandest thing you've done?" And I've done a lot of grand, but it's also I think
details.
It's the little things that make the difference. It's when a family who normally would not be able to get away because of Bubby and Zadie, their challenges, or somebody with accessibility issues, and we make that work. I always say the food is a big part of what we do, but it's 20% of the 100% of what we deliver.
For the people going down to Florida for Pesach in the situation you described, the house, etc., Orlando, what percentage do you think are having food delivered from New York, New Jersey, and what percentage are taking care of the food down in Florida?
Great question. I would say the number is at least 75%.
Florida?
Having food delivered from here.
New York?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. My very good friend Richter. You know.
Sure.
Richter.
Of course.
He does an
Chaim Richter. He's amazing.
I'll give a little free advice. Anybody who wants incredible Pesach food, call Chaim
He's
Richter.
the guy.
His food is off the charts.
Wow.
Fleishake, milkshakes, desserts. I mean, one-stop shop. Awesome.
And he's got his own experience, right? Doesn't he have like a setup down there?
Yeah, actually, he and a couple other people are having their own situation going on this year. But that's my little PSA of the day. Richter food, unbelievable. And then call me, take care of the rest. You sit back, you relax, you enjoy every single minute. I think also one of our great successes is we do a great job shielding the client from any problems that come up. Like we really we'll do whatever it takes. Like when there is a situation, and there is always a situation, that the priority is to deal with the situation and make it happen.
You know what would be helpful, by the way? Doug is here, Doug Soclof. You know what would be helpful? For those making Pesach themselves. In other words, they go rent a house in Florida, and but they'd like to bring their own thing. Whatever. Is there a list online of everything you need to make Pesach? Is there such a thing or not?
So again, every family's different.
Right.
That's the and the minhagim are.
But you got to remember the toothpicks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, people come up to me at a wedding that my wife's not even in the event plan, and they're like, "I know you always have an emergency bag. Do you have a toothpick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have a toothpick." Actually, the yarmulke clips are a big thing.
Is that great?
Like, oh, you have a yarmulke clip? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Here's my take. I'm like, you could keep it. You don't even need to give it back. But I think again, it's funny because families, especially when it comes to Yantif, everybody has a little bit of a different philosophy.
Right.
And it's funny because every year in Orlando, like the 2 days before Pesach, there's one kosher. It's not kosher. It's called Winn-Dixie. It's a mainstream. It's a mainstream grocery store, but there's one specifically that has a nice amount of kosher, not like a gourmet glass or something like that, but
they got some stuff.
So. It's always like the second day before, 2 days before Pesach, and I get there nice and early just to buy some like odds and ends, and I like to see what they have going on. I run into the same 3 ladies from Brooklyn every year. I don't even know who they are. And they always tell me the same thing. They're like, tell my family we're going away. Whatever they have here, she goes, I don't order anything in advance. I don't have anything delivered. Whatever the supermarket has is what we're having.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, every year I run into the same 3 ladies.
I like that attitude.
So hello to them. I don't even know who they are.
And how did we get to this point, Doug Soclof? I'm going to tell you. I'm sure you know this, but I'm going to lay it out for you. How did we get to this point, where people are in need of multiple homes for a yontif, where people have 35 to 40 in a milestone birthday, Shabbos, etc. How did we get to this point? Because the Jewish community, when you and I grew up, was limited. It was first generation after the Shoah, etc. Many of us first generation Americans. I am. I don't know about yourself. And, people had, thank God, people established families, started having kids, etc. Now, all those kids, thank God, had a lot of kids. And now those kids, thank God, are having. So if you want to, Dr. Rosenshine, of blessed memory, who just passed away maybe a month ago. I mean, and he was such a special man. He would tell me, and he was a regular, simple, he would consider himself a regular, simple Balabas community leader. Just his family's Hanukkah party, he had to reserve a place to gather 200 people. This
amazing.
is what's going on in the Jewish world. That's why we're at I know a lot of people like to blame the extravagance and the ostentation. The reality is that it doesn't work for many people if you don't do it this way.
No, and also exactly what you said. And I always say this to people because sometimes someone will call and be like, oh, I feel bad calling you, whatever. She goes, but our family has gone from 8 people to 27 people. And she goes, I used to be able to handle this. My daughter-in-law was able to handle this.
Right.
And now we're so many people with so many different moving parts that it's almost impossible to put it together. And that's exactly where we come in and work with people to create whatever the vision is. We make it happen. And I think also, one of the nice things is that, nobody ever knows if you want to tell people that we're doing, putting something together, you can. We'd never share that information. I always like to say the highest form of luxury is privacy. And we're very, very careful with that, and just make people really a great time to get away without having to worry about anything.
All these different options for Pesach. If you want to explore any of them, whether it's renting a house and taking care of things yourself because you want to keep costs down and just get the space that you need, as we just described, because you have a million people, or if you actually want to go down to Florida or be anywhere else in this country and have everything catered for, you could even provide a chef for somebody if they wanted to literally have someone prepare everything on the spot in the kitchen.
Everything.
On Yom Tov. Or if you want to do anything in between, if you want to gather together at a different time of year for a major milestone event, or if you want to go to the Dominican Republic and make a big family vacation,
That's a good one, by the way. I mean, it's hard. You have to have, if shul and minyan is a requirement to you, you have to make sure you have enough people, because there's no shul or anything around except Chabad in Santo Domingo, which is a little bit of a distance. But there's a lot of great places for people to go. There's so much of infrastructure today that makes it easier for people to go. And I think it's also, when people go and do these things, especially when you have a lot of people together in a big family, it's like also managing your expectations. There's a lot of, I always say at some point jokingly that a family therapist on call would be
a lot of personalities.
Because typically by the first day of Chol Hamoed, there's a lot of, for sure by the second days, Erev Yom Tov. No, but we don't, we could arrange that. But, it's the mentality, and it's, like you said, thank God we're in a position where families have grown. People want to celebrate. Everybody's busy in life. There's a lot of moving parts going on in everybody's life. So it's nice to be able to take an opportunity, whether it's a Yom Tov, a family gathering, a milestone, to be able to get together.
All right. Information. How do people contact the Douglas Soclof Experience?
Instagram is the best way, the Douglas Soclof Experience. On the web, douglasexp.com, or you just put my name into any search engine and all the information comes up. Are we going to touch upon Super Bowl for 1 second?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Right? I mean, that's like...
Holy,
that's kind of like,
I think I'm like the rest of America. Nobody even realizes there's a game on Sunday.
It's
disappointing.
Yeah.
All right, so Super Bowl is happening. Anybody out there who has seen any ad from any establishment having to do with Super Bowl menus, it's all because of what Doug Soclof did in the early 1990s. I give you the credit for all of it, even though establishments not named Dougie's have gone ahead and utilized your system. And you remember the old days when that system had to really kick in Sunday morning of the game?
Yeah. It's
I once saw it in action when you had to make a million deliveries Sunday morning of the game.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different world today, because all the delivery options that are out there, meaning you could call in a lot of reinforcement, and you press one button on your phone, you could have a cavalry of delivery people showing up. But it's still it's really incredible to see how that day. I mean, we always joke, when we speak, when's it going to become a national holiday? And it will happen.
Next year, they say.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to happen. But again,
because next year they're moving it to the day before President's Day. So
right. So then
that'll be it, the whole weekend.
Yeah, and then eventually become a whole week of celebration. And then we'll worry about families going away for Super Bowl.
Some people are off that week, by the way.
Yes.
Teachers, etc. A lot of school systems are off that week.
Yes. So. Interesting time, and it's crazy what it's turned into. It's
you once said to me 30 plus years ago that Super Bowl Sunday, even in the kosher world, can be a full-time year-round business. That one day can be a
absolute-
full-time year-round business.
Absolutely. I'll still say it.
Yeah, you still stand by
I'll
that.
still say
And
it.
now, like you said, with the infrastructure, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
You must be, I don't know if you're frustrated or you laugh when you think back to how you had to arrange the system in the 90s, when now it's a joke compared to then.
Well, the whole idea actually came from because when I first opened Dougie's and it was the first Super Bowl, we obviously didn't have these specials. Right. And I remember Super Bowl morning, like the phone was ringing off the hook. Like every 2 seconds you put down the phone, was another call. People coming out. I'm like, how are we going to keep up with this? I'm like, next year we got to do something. And that's where the whole Super Bowl packages.
Right. It was easier just to have people order.
Yeah, sure. And then we kind of knew what we were dealing with because we weren't able, we were not able to keep up with the demand.
The annual or maybe sometime annual tradition of Doug predicting the winner of Sunday's game. Who are you choosing on Sunday?
Got to go for New England.
You're going with New England.
Mr. Bob Kraft.
Oh, my God. That's one good reason to go for New England. I can't think of any other.
Yeah, but
that is one good reason.
Yeah.
And you want to give a score, or you're just simply going to say they're going to win?
That's a great question. I'll have to get back to you on the score. I'm gonna stick with staying warm and fuzzy with the win for New England.
All right. Very good. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if you're right. There have been years where you've been spot on and years where you've been way off. So we'll see what happens this time around.
That's absolutely true. I tell you, talking about experiences, it's so fun coming here.
Well, thank you very much,
I don't know if the average person realizes what a cool professional place this is.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, some organization should like do an auction that you could win to come sit and be here with Nachum.
Co-host a show.
Yeah,
play the music you want to play.
Exactly. Yeah, it's your
great idea.
Your show for the day. I mean, you sit side by side just like this. Yeah, it's really cool.
I like the idea.
Yeah. Let's see let's see who's going to reach out now and say, hey, Nachum, we listened, and let's make it happen.
We'll see who'll be brave enough to do it.
Yeah.
Doug Soclof Experience. Have a wonderful Pesach, everybody, and we will try not to mention that word again for the next
it's all
5
good.
For the next 5 weeks.
I'll just leave on one last thing.
Yeah.
It'll be like 3 weeks before Pesach, and someone will go, I know it's last minute. I'm like, oh, it is not last minute. It is not last minute. Last minute is like 2 days before when phone calls actually do come in. But we're not even warmed up.
It's funny. The Seder's Wednesday night, and the discussion in my home last week was that Sunday, Monday is when it's going to start feeling like last minute. Like that Sunday and Monday, is when it's going to start. And of course, by the time you get to Tuesday, you hope everything's in order, but you never know.
And I'm like, by Tuesday I should be done.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So it's all good.
Doug Soclof, everybody.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Doug.
much.
A
Always
pleasure.
great being here.
A real pleasure. More coming up. You're listening to JM in the AM.